How do I replace myself without losing control? If you're a CEO trying to step out of the business, an employee or a manager trying to grow your team, or a business owner that's just trying to get their life back, we've all asked ourselves this question. We've all had these thoughts. If only I had a cloning machine. I don't know how many times I've had that conversation with different entrepreneurs. If only I could clone myself. Well, I've got good news. I've done the research and I've discovered cloning. Never mind, there's not a cloning machine, I'm sorry. But there is a way to step out of your business and to get your life back. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a business coach. My name is Ryan Knoll, and we're gonna get into it. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. There is no cloning machine. You're never gonna find a perfect copy of yourself, but I've got 5 lessons. Yeah, I had to check. I've got 5 lessons that we can go over that are going to help you get out of the mindset and start stepping out of the business by replacing yourself. So the first hire for any business, anything that you're doing, it doesn't matter if you're hiring somebody to repair air conditionings or do your accounting or do your taxes, it's always going to be terrible, it's gonna fail, and then we're gonna go kaput and we're gonna be unhappy with ourselves. And the trick here, the thing that we want to keep in mind is when this happens, when we make a hire and it doesn't go well, there are 2 types of people. The first type is going to say, hiring people sucks. I don't like dealing with employees. I'm done with this. I'm just going to do it myself. The other type of person says, this didn't go great. What could I have done better? What could I do different next time? And I want you to be that second type of person, because that's how you ultimately replace yourself. So the first thing that we have to do is get into the mindset of this is possible. This is something that we can do. And stop thinking that just because you did it once doesn't mean that it'll never work. Just like any entrepreneur, this happened to me. I had a gentleman that used to work for me. Gave him a shot. Things seemed like it would work out. He'd be a good fit. He started working and things went really, really well, like surprisingly well. He was answering the phones, he was getting the emails, he was closing deals. He was doing a really good job at it. And I was like, cool, I did it. I figured it out. I got somebody to answer the phones. He's gonna take care of it. And I'm gonna be able to replace myself in this role and just move on with my life and grow this company. And I'm gonna be so happy until I got the call. One of his friends reached out to me and said, hey, Ryan, I just wanted to let you know he's not going to be coming in today. I'm sorry. And I was like, what do you mean he's not going to be coming in today? Well, he relapsed. Yes, he was an alcoholic, and he just went on a bender and he's going into rehab, and we don't know when he's gonna get out. So at this point, I could have been one of those 2 people. I could have been the person that says, employees suck, this is never going to work out. I had this great employee, and then for no fault of my own, he, just self-sabotaged himself, and you know what? I'm just gonna have to answer the phones, and that's gonna be it. This is gonna be my new life. No more employees. I'm giving up. Or I could have said, what could I have done different? And I went through several iterations of this. And eventually I landed on a spot where it's like, I'm a small company, I'm in my infancy here, and I just need to sell that part. So I started reaching out, and my job ads went from come answer the phones for me to I'm looking for somebody to replace me. You need to get out of your own way and believe that it's possible to replace yourself. And where we get into trouble from the business owners that I talk to, from the people that I coach, is it's impossible. There's nobody like me. I'm a magical unicorn and nothing's gonna replace me. And the truth is, you're replaceable. I'm sorry to tell you. You're not a unicorn, you are replaceable. The second lesson is people often give up after a couple of attempts. You hire somebody, it doesn't work out, and I'm done. We talked about that a little bit already. Don't give up. When it doesn't work out, you gotta go back to the drawing board. So keep trying, keep reflecting, and keep improving on what's not working until eventually it does work. And even when it does work, there's still gonna be room for improvement because we can always do things a little bit better. The third lesson is to never expect a one-for-one replacement for you. And I feel so many people falling into this. This is that trap of, I need that cloning machine. I want to clone myself. First of all, you would never work for you. You and you don't get along, I promise. The way I look at this is, when you're building a company, you're building the Justice League, right? As a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you are Superman. But Superman has a lot of powers. He can do a lot of stuff. He's got ice breath for some weird reason, laser vision, he can fly, and he can punch things really good, super fast. When you're an entrepreneur, when you're in a business, or when you're building the Justice League, there's not 10 Supermen in the Justice League. There's only one. You only need one. You're already in the business. You don't need another Superman. Try to find the Flash. Try to find somebody who just runs really fast. That's what you need to find to start replacing yourself. You want to find somebody who specializes, because when they're specializing, they're going to be way better at this thing than you ever could be being a generalist. And most of us entrepreneurs are generalists. We're pretty good at like a little bit of everything, but we want somebody who's really, really, really great at that one thing. The fourth lesson is, we're not looking for someone to do everything. So just like we're not looking for a one-for-one replacement for who you are, we're not looking for one human being to do all the different tasks and skills that you do. We need to start specializing, and the bigger your company gets, the more important it's going to be to specialize. The bigger you get, these little tasks of HR things or hiring or firing become jobs onto themselves. And this literally is what's happening in my company right now. When I first started, I was spending maybe 2 or 3 hours a week hiring. Over the last year, it became a full-time job. So I had to promote one of my people from within my company to, your job is to hire people. This is what you're responsible for. We did some tests, we did some trainings. This is it. And that brings us on to the next lesson, which is the first 90 days of hiring this person is the most crucial time. This is where you're going to lose them. This is where they're going to quit on you or lose enthusiasm for the company or just start off on the wrong foot. Make sure that when you're bringing people into your company, you have it set up that you know what their responsibilities are going to be, you know what they're accountable for, you know who they're accountable to, and that you show them everything they need to be successful. You give them the tools that they need. You make them feel valued in the company, and pay a lot of attention to them that first 90 days. After 90 days, they're set up, they're happy, they're cruising. You know, you still need to take care of them, but for the most part, they're taking care of you at that point. So make sure to take care of your people. That first 90 days is super important. If you're seeing people get burnt out or quitting really quick when they started a company, it's probably because something was going wrong with those first 90 days. The trick is to start, to have faith that you're going to be able to do it. If it doesn't go right the first time, to have confidence to do it a second time until it works, and have patience. You're not going to be able to replace yourself right away. It's not going to happen the first time you do it, the first hire. I mean, unless you're 1 in a million, you just won the lottery. Have confidence when you're hiring people and get yourself replaced. The truth is, this is probably one of the most important lessons that we're ever going to cover on this channel. You need to get out of the business, and the sooner you do, the faster it's going to grow. Get in the comments, let me know your first hire, what task you're going to delegate, what job you're going to give away in this mission to start delegating and getting your time back, replacing yourself in your company. I promise you can do it. Believe in yourself, have patience. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.